Hello, you're watching News Mongolia on MNB World and I'm your host, Jargalma Tufshinjargal. On the News Mongolia today, Mongolia looks back on the history of its civil aviation industry. Turkish Cuisine Week event held in Ulaanbaatar. The amount of financial loss caused by scams through Telegram is considerably high. For the news, stay tuned. Mongolia's civil aviation industry began in 1956 when 3 Antonov AN-2 aircraft were sent to serve remote provinces. Since then, it has grown into a key part of the country's domestic connectivity and international access. From early Soviet-era support to operating modern jets like the Boeing 787, Mongolian aviation has developed into a globally connected system built through strategic reforms, international cooperation, and a strong commitment to meeting global standards. In 1956, 3 Antonov AN-2 planes were deployed from Ulaanbaatar to destinations in Umnrö, Hovd, and Khuvsgul provinces. Given Mongolia's vast territory and sparsely populated regions, air transport development has become a key state policy objective. In 1957, the Soviet Union gave Mongolia 5 Lisanov Li-14 aircraft, each with a 32-seat capacity. This allowed Mongolia to launch international flights to cities such as Beijing and Irkutsk. Over time, the country's aviation technology and equipment underwent continuous upgrades. A major milestone came in 1992, when Mongolia acquired a Boeing 727 from South Korea, marking the beginning of a new era in Mongolian civil aviation.
Such historical periods of development are always driven by significant needs. In 1989, Mongolia became a member of the International Civil Aviation Organization. As a result, we were obligated to align our national regulations and standards with the Chicago Convention framework. Starting from the 1990s, one of the most economically significant milestones in Mongolia's civil aviation sector was the launch of overflight services, allowing international airlines to use Mongolian airspace. In 1991, Mongolia received $1.5 million grant from the International Civil Aviation Organization. Following that, Asian Development Bank provided 2 non-refundable grants, $850,000 and $550,000 for technical assistance. These funds were critical for updating our laws and regulations and training qualified personnel.
As a landlocked nation, air transport is Mongolia's primary gateway to the rest of the world. It also plays an essential role in sectors that significantly impact the local economy, such as tourism. Experts highlight that the country's civil aviation operations have already reached international standards.
The liberalization reforms of the government of Mongolia implemented in the air transport sector have yielded tangible results in recent years. The most noticeable improvements include more competitive pricing, greater comfort for passengers, and an increase in direct flights to various destinations. Our carriers are now expanding routes, especially for the tourism sector. Miat Mongolian Airlines currently holds over 50% of Mongolia's air transport market share. The economic benefit of this is clear. Passenger revenues flow back into the country, positively impacting the nation's economy.
Mongolia has signed air service agreements with 48 countries. This enables direct flights to more than 260 destinations worldwide. Thanks to the acquisition of Boeing 787 Dreamliner, Mongolia can now operate direct flights from Ulaanbaatar to the United States in just 16 hours. The country's civil aviation sector has rapidly advanced and now operates on par with leading international aviation organizations. Every country has its own unique culinary culture that reflects its characteristics, the lifestyles of its people, and its history and traditions. A Turkish Cuisine Week event was held on May 21st in Ulaanbaatar. This event is celebrated annually in the third week of May. Since 2022, under the auspices of the President of the Republic of Turkey and the First Lady, the third week of May has been celebrated as Turkish Cuisine Week. Each year, the event highlights dishes from a specific region and introduces them to the public. This year, the focus is on traditional meals commonly found on the everyday dining tables of Turkish households. Turkish cuisine values balanced nutrition passed down through generations and aligns with global gastronomic and environmental trends. In short, the core principles of Turkish culinary culture are healthy eating and a zero-waste kitchen. The essence of Turkish cuisine lies in the balanced use of wholesome ingredients such as grains, meat, fish, fruits, vegetables, and fermented products. A distinctive feature of traditional Turkish cooking is its emphasis on minimizing food waste. Cybercrime on Telegram is causing serious financial losses, with more scams involving advance payments, loan fees, and fake donation requests. While Facebook is still the most used platform for fraud, scams on Telegram have led to bigger financial damages. Authorities are urging people to report scams right away to help stop further harm. So far, over 9 billion Mongolian tugruks in suspicious transactions have been blocked, and millions have already been recovered. In the digital space, 6 major methods are commonly used in fraudulent crimes: requesting advance payments via chat, demanding loan processing fees, completing tasks to increase credit limits, romance scams, and fake donation requests. When looking at the location of victims, advance payment scams, loan processing fee scams, and credit limit frauds are most prevalent in the capital city, while other types of scams are more common among citizens in rural areas. In terms of the platforms used in online fraud cases, Facebook accounts for 81.6% with 3,876 cases. Telegram follows with 13% or 619 cases. Instagram and Gmail each account for 0.65% with 31 cases respectively. Although Facebook scams are more frequent, the amount of financial loss caused by Telegram scams is significantly higher. On April 20th, I received a message on Telegram offering part-time work. They asked me to recharge my account with 33,000 MNT to start. After that, I made some purchases and later received bonus money. Each task consisted of buying 4 to 5 items. They said you could work from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. I kept trying and participating, but the transaction amounts kept increasing. As I recharged more, I ended up losing a total of 8 million MNT.
This Telegram offers comprised earnings of completing simple tasks. While completing tasks, I transferred a certain amount of money, but when I checked, I discovered that 123 million MNT had been withdrawn from my account.
Nationwide, among the registered victims of cyber scams, about 1,800 people, or 38.4%, are men, and approximately 2,900 people, or 61.6%, are women. Most victims, around 1,600 individuals, are aged over 45. The smallest group, about 470 individuals, or 10%, are aged under 25. Looking at their education levels, about 2,600 victims, or 56%, have higher education. Around 1,900 victims, or 40%, have completed secondary education. And approximately 150 victims, or 3%, have primary or incomplete secondary education.
These scams prey on people's desire to earn money easily. Fraudsters create a system where they initially deposit a small amount of money into the victim's commercial account to gain trust. Using their manipulated system, they show fake growing profits and tell the victims they can increase their money even further by investing more. In reality, they are creating completely fake conditions to deceive people. By creating a fake situation and deceiving citizens, this type of fraud has become even more damaging and has caused greater financial losses than Facebook scams.
The most important thing is that if you become a victim of fraud, you must immediately report it to the police without delay and request to block the related bank accounts. By doing so, the stolen funds can be frozen and the perpetrators can be identified. As of today, out of cases resulting in a total damage of 11.3 billion MNT, transactions amounting to 9.4 billion MNT have been successfully stopped. About 3 billion MNT of damages suffered by over 200 citizens have been reimbursed.
People's desire to make easy money has become prey for criminals. Therefore, I would like to advise everyone to avoid downloading such Telegram applications. If it's absolutely necessary to download them, please make sure to activate all available security settings to protect yourselves and prevent becoming victims of this type of crime.
In the event that you become a victim of a cybercrime, it is crucial to promptly call the special hotline 102 and report it to the police. This way, you can help prevent further potential risks. Thank you for staying with us. Now let's take a look at Mongolian current affairs. The 78th session of the World Health Assembly is underway in Geneva from May 19th to 27th under the theme One World for Health. A Mongolian delegation led by Ambassador Davasorun Girilma, Mongolia's permanent representative to the United Nations Office and other international organizations in Geneva, is actively participating in the session. On May 19th, the ambassador delivered Mongolia's national statement during the general debate, emphasizing the urgent need for global solidarity and coordinated efforts to address cross-border health threats, such as pandemics and climate change. She reaffirmed Mongolia's strong commitment to protecting public health and outlined the country's efforts to strengthen its healthcare system in line with the Sustainable Development Goals. The 78th Assembly is tackling a broad agenda, including pandemic preparedness and response, universal health coverage, and strategies to reduce the health impacts of climate change and conflict. Member states are also reviewing proposals to improve the financial sustainability of the World Health Organization amid growing global health challenges. A major highlight of the session came on May 20th, when member states adopted a new international instrument on pandemic prevention, preparedness and response. Developed over 3 years by the Intergovernmental Negotiating Body, the accord represents a historic milestone for global health governance and aims to enhance collective resilience to future pandemics. Here are the currency exchange rates provided by Mongol Bank. Alright, that's all for today. Thank you for staying with us. We will see you tomorrow with more news and updates. Goodbye.